Yeah, friends, in this new video, so I will explain you how to install the Nova. So to install the Nova has a lot of components which you have to be taken care, or you have to understand how the different components are working. Nova API, metadata, it store the information. Nova compute services, which it's using different hypervisor, KVM, Zen or VMware API. They have the scheduler, conductor, placement, many other services which is there. So I will explain you in separate video all these components and why this component, what's the function of this component, what is the architecture of the component. So in this one I will just explain you what the things, how you can install the compute. So first thing is, let's start the installation. So we have to install is the same process, but for Nova there is multiple databases we have to create. The first database name is Nova API, then Nova Cell, second is Nova, third is Nova Cell 0, Cell 1, both are there. So created database placement, and now giving the access to each database. So best way, I don't think so it will work like this way. Okay, wait a minute. Best part is this, and I have to change the password. So password I will generally use, I told you, Red Hat, this one. So for same database I have to use 3 different parameters. Third is my controller. Done. So now the database, different databases we have to use. Now I'm changing the database name. So Nova API, in place of Nova API I'm giving the Nova. So Nova percentage, then controller. Yes, third database is Nova API, Nova placement, and Nova underscore cell 0 dot star. Yes. Nova underscore cell 0. Done. Here then a little bit difference is there, the placement I will explain you soon on this one, what the placement function and other things. Right now my motive is to finish this installation as soon as possible. Then change it with the controller. So my placement, Nova cell, all 3 done. Nova, all 3 done. Nova underscore API, all 3 done. Yes. Now populate the database. Not required, or directly we can give create user, create Nova. Sorry, to exit from here. Now create Nova user. Yes, so it's done. So I have to add the Nova user into the admin role. Now create the service. So Nova is a compute service, so I am creating a service named compute. I'm given the region name, region 1 only, compute, and yes, endpoint creation done, no error, it's good. Then now in place of public we can use internal endpoints and then admin. Admin. Yes, all the ports are same, version is same. Now create the placement service. So we are creating a user placement and password I'm giving the same. Rule add. Yes. Now we have to create the service name placement. And now the same way we have to add endpoints. It is internal. Now we have to install the all the Nova components. Let's start from here. Yes, it's done. In the meantime I will just copy the Nova configuration file, and here we have to enable couple of things, whatever different APIs it will support. Under default enable this one. Under API database, just change the password. Yes, slash database. Yes, here we have to enable this one and change the password. Third is placement underscore database. Yes. Okay. So I don't have the placement underscore database right now. So let me try to find out, because if I created myself and if something is there, it will not good. API underscore database, yes, done. Okay, slash database, only database, this one API underscore database, no, there is nothing like placement underscore database. So okay, Let me try to create this one. So I'm just searching what is the next one. Yeah, so this is before quota. I will just add this thing. I will change this placement password with the original one. Okay, now under default we have to add this one. So what is the rabbit MQ? That is fine. So we have to change the rabbit MQ password. That is, again, I'm giving Red Hat only. And under API I have to mention the authentication. And keystone authentication. Only the Nova password we have to change. So a lot of, no, I'm doing very little fast because I have to do a lot of things on that, and then on the compute node. So now this is the option which you have to choose, my IP. So you have to mention about your own IP into your in default section. So my IP is 192.168.1.21, and then default these two things. Use firewall, Nova firewall. Yes. Now it is coming configure neutron nova.conf file. So configure neutron section into nova.conf. Refer to this install guide. Configure neutron section in nova.conf. We will see under v. Okay. Install and configure compute node. They have mentioned about here configure the neutron section in etc nova. So there is two ways are there to install the network. So which way you want to install, configure network options. So if you want to option 1 or option 2, like self-service network or provider network. I'm just thinking this is the part of the Neutron. This is the part of Neutron configuration, and is it required to do it here, or we can do it later when the Neutron section will start? Okay, let's wait for Neutron section and we will see if we required to do it. So we will finish other section /vnc. So this is the two variables. It's using my IP and listen port. So now come on the glance. So Nova almost has the all the sections. You have to, yes, yes, API server, overload concurrency, Oslo understand placement. So this is Red Hat. And now come on the placement server. Due to bug issue, you must enable access of the placement app by adding the following configuration into etc conf.d etc httpd conf.d00 Nova placement. So they are mentioned you must enable to the configuration directory slash bin. Okay, that's done it. Restart HTTP services. Now we can see if there is any problem, some issue will come definitely. No, we are so good up to here. Let's try this one. Well, it's not spotted, there is some problem now came. So how you can fix it this problem? So if I'm seeing the log messages here, I can see here it is done actually. So just now it is make it done. So I hope so there is no problem. Actually this is the depreciation, some other message. We can ignore this one right now. So let's try, let's see. Yes, if I'm going to again the manage, sorry, this is a cell 2 Nova manage. Now you create the cell 1. Let's see, it will tell you if it has error. Yes, now I can say that there is some problem. Okay, let's try to fix it. It should become like this way. So let's go and check the error message. Where log Nova placement dot, nothing is there. Nova manage logs, nothing much. So there is into the cell 2 services, we have to go to the Nova configuration. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, let me see if I have a command to search all the lines which I have added. So what I will do, I will just give this command, it will show me what the lines I have mentioned. So just we will check that one if we have missed something here, right? So enable APIs, metadata, controller, password here. I have given my IP, done. Keystone, Red Hat. Placement, so good. So yes, it's well, everything is good. Authentication. Okay. Oh, so far so well, but there is some issue. So let's go with the I'm just seeing this one. It is just due to there some version issue, but there is not exactly any issue we are facing. So let's go ahead from here and let's see if we are facing any other problem in future. So right now everything is coming. Let's enable the services and then reboot this, start the services, and then we will see if all compute services are running fine. Yes, I think we did it till here. Now the compute node. So now we have to configure the compute node. So in compute node means other side of the my second system. So what I have to do, I have to, most of the things are same. So let's start the installation on the compute node. It's not we have to, no need to install the database and other things, but many things we have, many things we can do it. Yes, this system is taking some time, but I will just take the copy of this one meantime. It needs so many packages, 242 packages. It will take some time, so let me stop this video, and once it is done I will get back. Yes, now we have to install the compute node. So I'm just taking the backup of package installed and taking the backup of this file. Yes, it's done. So now we have to do changes into, so one of the option you have, you can delete all the files and just add the components which are required. That is also fine. So if you don't want to delete the complete file, then this is one of the option as I am doing. So you have to search and other things. This is good when you are doing the production things, but if you are the test environment, so you can go with normal way, no problem on that. Slash API keystone underscore auth red hat. So Nova pass default IP, the management interface IP. So here you have to mention about the management interface IP address, my IP address. So in our case we will 192.168.1.22. This is my IP, and under default you have to mention use Neutron, yes, and firewall driver, then you can use, and then come on the configure the Neutron section of this one. So that is when we will configure the Neutron, so that time we will use. So why VNC? Because when you will create the virtual machines, in you need to configure the VNC for that, so that they can take the VNC sessions. So glance. So placement. and done. So you have to configure the install. You have to just check it is one or two. What is your support hardware escalation? uh, so you can see if your value is 1 or 2, and then accordingly you can you have to use QEMU or libvirt. So if this command returns a value of 0, your computer does not support hardware acceleration, you must configure libvirt. So use QEMU instead of KVM. So let us also try what is coming. So it's coming 0. If it returns a value 0, your computer does not support. So my computer does not support, so you must configure libvirt to use QEMU instead of KVM. That is the problem when search libvirt QEMU. Yes. Now you can enable the services and start the services. So best difficult part is the Neutron services. Well, you configure the Neutron, then the major problems comes due to the routing, network configurations and other things. So let's try. So we will just check this logs, and just try also IP tables, how you will manage the IP tables. Sometimes if you are using the IP tables, it will not work out. So the same problem I have faced, the IP tables was running in both the systems. So what I did, I had just flushed all the IP tables and then restart the service, and it works fine. So if you see, now there is no IP table, so I flushed it on both the computer and this node. So if you want, you have to add that particular 567 to port, and then it will work. So let's try this one. Or confirm compute node into the database. So we have to run this one, add the compute node to the cell database. So what we have to run this one on the controller side. So wait a minute. Service list. Yes, it is the compute node came, state is up, so it's working now. Let's see, again discover the host computers. Yes. So when you the thing is, when you are adding this one, you add the new compute node, you have to run this step. Otherwise, you can mention this scheduler. So every 300 seconds, it will go and check if any new host is there into the scheduler. So what I will do, uh, I will go and scheduler. I will mention that. So it will be easy for the future. You no need to remember that one, and then you can restart the service. Is it take time? Let's see. Yes, done. Now you can fetch again the run this command and see the status, not the fetch but see the status. So our compute is done. Now this is for Susie. No, verify operation. Yes. So verify operation actually we have already done, but we will list of the all the components. We will see service list hyphen hyphen only the new compute. But now we want to see all the services. So there is scheduler is there, controller is there, oh, compute is there, but placement is not. Console auth is not there, right? Yes. So okay, zone is internal. So yes, one service is done. Okay, let's see catalog API. They have mentioned this output should indicate 3 services enabled on the controller and 1 service on the compute node, so Nova compute. So yes, this service is also fine, but why console auth is not there? So that is now, it is my, okay, I have to just see after restart this one. Console auth is there. So some troubleshooting we have to systemctl grep Nova. So Nova, anything which is down, Nova API, Nova conductor is there, Nova scheduler is there, Nova non-proxy is there, no VNC proxy, sorry. I'm just seeing if there is any service like this way. Just tried, so it should be, which I forgot to. Yes, it started. Now I can see service list in it is there. Yes, it is. No, now which is gone. Scheduler, conductor, compute. Now all the 4 came right, so it's fine for me. 3 is for this one, and operation is verified. So now you can see the catalog list, that is done. So now image list. So now all the commands should run so that we can start our next service. And Nova status upgrade check. So this is done. So now this is the contributor document, not required to see. So our Nova installation is completed here. Now we will start the Neutron installation. Thank you to watch this video.